Ah, POV.
They're bombing. Careful, they're bombing. They're trying to bomb from outside from the turret.
Alright, first
They
wave
are
of the
still coming to
day.
us, towards us, on pink.
MrWhite playing heavy main,
Terry, guys, look out east. Army guys,
fighting
look out.
found on the Terry against Triple
Okay,
X
group on me,
and
guys, group on me,
Strong
group on me.
Shooters.
When you get to me dismount, look east.
Okay, I see
Look east,
food
look
and we'll
east.
see, that's
We're
good
gonna
so
hit east on the front
far.
line in 3, 2.
Right now we see firm engaging on the east side. You're a bit late over there.
East on the front line, east on the front line, east on the front line, east on the
But
front
so
line.
far so good, like you're jumping on the enemy, interrupting them, so far
They're all
purging, so we will have like easy engage. Decent stuff, instead enigmatic, like shielding them up, like that would be like the prior target for you in this case, but whatever.
Oh, the front line, they're so low, Q's and W's,
More
finish
coming,
these
more
guys super
coming.
low, and then back up blast, back up blast. Tight back blast.
Good shoes, good reaction time.
To the Terry, guys, tight west into the Terry, quickly. Come into the Terry.
The thing is, like, you shouldn't be running like as one of the first players as playing a tank. You are pretty much full HP, so you could be staying like around there to help our people to get into positions, but
Brothers behind us.
Fall back into Terry. Guys, come in Terry. Open your eyes and your ears. Okay, come up. Step. Hold.
decent spot. You keep watching what the enemy does. Like, you can call out in this case if they would like turn and go through the tiny choke from the northwest and try to engage on us. You can always call it out, or even stop them by yourself.
Come back south. Come back south. Alright. Come south, guys. Stay on me. Group up. Terry, come southwest. Okay, look southwest in the front line. Look southwest. Keep walking south. Keep walking into it. We're gonna hit the front line in 3, 2.
Like, right now, you are using your snare charge.
1.
Like, honestly, like, you stopped only like those 2 guys. I would like use it for the clump. You could use to get in front, like your shoes, and then jump on the clump the firm is making and purge, then immediately purge after it.
On the front line.
So like it would be disappearing.
On the front line. And then back up once you drop damage. Back up.
Nice Judy, interrupting. Nice spider armor, interrupting the enemy, so purging their shoes abilities, so they won't engage on us.
Back up northeast. Tight north, guys.
Okay, coming southeast, south.
Right now, I think Obli is calling out the enemy engage from the east side.
Defensive.
That snare charge on the guard is no bueno. Instead of jumping on guard, you could like jump on those enemies, like, and you would have done much better in that case if you would jump on them instead just jumping on a guard.
Tight north to the choke.
You could literally stop the whole engage on that tiny choke by yourself, like, and we would have like more time to reposition ourselves.
Look east.
But you repaired your mistake. You're interrupting the enemy so far, or you're trying to interrupt them, but like a half of them already went through.
Defenses is spread out, come north, spread out. Side. Heals,
my
guys,
Jesse.
heals in the front line. Heals, they're engaging from east. Defensive. Night helmets. Walk into them east, walk into them east.
Right now, Firm is turning to the east side. You see the enemy walking from the southwest side. Very good stop. The only thing is I'm not hearing anybody like saying the enemy is engaging from the southwest. That's the only thing I miss at this point.
3, 2, 1, east.
You pretty much stop the whole enemy engage on yourself, on your own. Like, we have a free engage on the east side, and those retards have literally no abilities to engage on us right now.
They're all clumped east, look at this shit! Blow this shit up east, they're all clumped! Blow this shit up east, wipe these guys who are low, hit the ones who are low, hit the ones who are low. And then back up.
Okay, right now, like, we lost half of our body, but at this point you couldn't help them out. We got wiped by 7 free Raven Strikes with Beamer. You stopped the enemy on the west side, so literally there was nothing else you could do at this point on the east side, so I don't see any problem
guys,
in this.
Where are the heals? How did I just lose all of my fucking DPS? You guys need to not fucking tunnel vision like that. Like, that was fucking retarded, guys. I just lost all of you because you tunnel vision. Come back to tower, come back to tower, come back to tower, come back to tower. Regroup on tower.
The only thing I see is like you're not using a lot of your silence pool Q ability. Like, you can drop it also randomly, like especially when we are kiting or when you see the enemies pushing up, you can always drop the Qs. It's silencing the enemies for quite a bit.
Regroup on tower, regroup. Like, how the fuck did you all just get fucked? Heal to Zika.
Like, right now, like the choke, entrance, you can drop some Qs. But it's right now a small thing. Overall, a pretty decent position. You keep an eye on that choke.
Guys, you got fucking blowed up. You need to
But right now, wait a second.
What the fuck even killed you guys?
No idea.
Exactly. Like, right now, we got all silenced by enemy beetle. And you should be stepping a little bit forward, like, let's say in a straight line with the mage, like a little bit in front of the entrance,
Okay,
because right now they are bombing us, and if you would be staying like over here, you could like have a free engage on those retards, and you could interrupt them a lot.
Look out at the corner. Don't get hit over the wall. Pay attention. Come to ping. Come to me. Come back up, guys. Back up to the tower. Back up all the way to the tower. We're if you die.
If you got loot, drop it.
Okay, right now you see enemy engage on the east side. The very first thing you should do is calling the enemy engage out. So Ferm will notice, and he will like re-engage on the enemy.
Yeah. Drop it.
You did a huge stop on the enemy engage by yourself. That's perfectly done so far. They had Locus, they had Night Helmets, so you couldn't like stop all of them, but you bought us enough time to reposition ourselves. There's also a grail dropped on those enemies, so we had enough time to reposition ourselves. I think I was even calling out that enemy engage on the east side, yelling at Firm, and thanks to that, like you stopped them and Firm got information about enemy engage, we could like turn on them.
Firm.
Yeah, look east, step up east, step up east, step up east, step up east. We're gonna hit east in 3, 2, 1. On east, blow this shit up. Woo! Nice. Q's and W's. Okay, now back up. Don't get countered on. New bodies and back up. Oh my god, they got fucked. Spread out north on tower, guys. Stop pushing, God geese. What the fuck? I told you they're gonna blow you up, guys. Why are you pushing it?
Okay, so at this point, like, you're coming back to loot. Makes no sense because 5,000 reds and the biggest red Firm was already on those stacks. So there is literally no more item you could pick up. Instead, like you should be like sitting on the entrance where the mage is and keep an eye on some bomb squads or the enemy engages.
That was my last.
Spread out, guys. Spread out. Follow the calls. Pay attention.
See, like if you like would pay attention instead of looting to the enemy engage, like you could call it out to Firm. Watch out, they are coming from the southwest, so maybe instead of looting, we would be able to like counter engage on them.
Drop loot on Terry. Get ready, we're hitting south. On the front line, and then back up. Back up. They're gonna counter you. Stay spread. Group on me, look southeast. Get ready to hit southeast, dude.
Okay, at this point is a pretty decent pre-setting process for Firm, like to let Firm and make his job easier to clump the enemies. The only thing is, like, we got stopped by enemy tanks and we couldn't reach that on time.
3, step up east.
Like perfect silence, like everything's fine so far. The only thing is you couldn't know like that we will like get like additional 3 seconds on the engage. Firm called out 3 and then he waited like additional 2-3 seconds because we got stopped by the enemy tanks, so you couldn't know that. So far so good. Okay, so now we are engaging on the strugglers inside the Terry, but we have only at this point 3 TPSs. That's literally not enough to wipe them. But you still like used your Qs, so you could also use like maybe snare charge on them, but honestly with 3 TPSs we are not able to kill anything.
Back up to the tower. Guys, you need a regear. Heal, add Scion. Heal, AD Scion.
Yeah, I got
me,
stuff.
guys. Follow me. They're gonna counter on you on east. Group on me. You guys need to regear.
Yeah, I think at this point the fight is pretty much over right now. We were chasing some reds. So it makes no sense to do a VOD review about ganking. Overall, not bad. Please make sure you speak with caller if you're playing heavy maze. What or how should you play? Should you play securing the clump of Farron? Or should you be like pre-setting so like the clump for Firm so he has a easier job to do with his air compress? But like honestly, I'm not sure. You were probably the only one heavy mace at this point, so you can still switch between like death tank and offensive tank. So overall, decent game. I can hardly wait to see your next votes. well, thank you and see you next time.